Hello, bookies! Long time no see. So, I'm trying to get back into doing videos. It's been a crazy end of the years, but now I'm finally ready to do it. So, this is a check in of what I read during January. So, I have my book journal from Owl Crate here. And so far, I changed some of the pages, as you can see. Instead of favorite books, I made this 2019 books. And so far, this is what I have read. I've read 7 books this year. I don't have every single one of them here, as some of them were taken out of the library, and one of them I cannot find. But that's all right. We're going to talk about them today. The first book that I finished in the year of 2019 was one that I actually talked about prior to taking a pause on my channel here, was Stay Sweet by Siobhan Vivian. I probably butchered her name and I feel terrible about that. But it was really good. I just needed to be in the right place of mind. I was not in the right place of mind for contemporary books at the time. But when I finally got through this, I gave it 3.5 stars. I had to say it was super sweet story. I really liked that it flashed back to, when the ice cream store opened up, which was really nice. And it really hit close to home. It was really sweet and really nice. And I really enjoyed it. This is definitely one that I would recommend. It's probably not one you want to read in the winter, probably more in the summer if you haven't read it. But it's super sweet and definitely one you should check out. It is about a girl named Amelia and her working in an ice cream store and her experiences there. The next book I finished in 2019, I lost the cover of, which I need to find because this is my mother's copy of the book, was A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. This is actually A Christmas Carol and Other Stories by Charles Dickens. I only read A Christmas Carol because rather than having a copy taken out of the library, when I realized my mother had a copy, I was like, oh, I can use that. So I did that instead. But I really enjoyed it. It was nice seeing it from the book's perspective as opposed to the movie. I did find, however, that as I was reading it, that I kept picturing A Muppet Christmas Carol, which is the Christmas Carol that I watch most frequently, which was quite amusing, as when you're reading and you see Kermit the Frog, it's a little weird. But I really enjoyed it. There were some things that I didn't realize had happened, as they didn't happen in some of the versions of the Christmas Carol movie that I have seen. But I really liked it, and it's one I actually hope to read more times. So I want to reread it and try to get myself into the Christmas spirit. So that's one. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and again, I hope to reread it, which I'm excited for. The next book I've read, I do not have a cover of. If I can get it to work, I will insert a cover here, but I don't know if I'll find it. Was actually one that I got from a crate I signed up for. It was all about the moon and all of the spiritual side, and it was a Capricorn new moon journal. Which sounds like it's a lot of writing, but it was actually more informative. And I really enjoyed flipping through it. It was a quick read, but it fulfilled one of my requirements for the Pop Sugar Reading Challenge, which was great. I also gave that 4 out of 5 stars. I definitely was inspired to sign up and get all of the books that they release throughout the year, as the moon has it's the full moon journals and the new moon journals, and they come out as the moons are going on throughout the year. And I think I'm going to sign up for that because it was really inspirational. I've been on an inspirational kick lately, as you'll see throughout some of the other things that I have read this year. So the next book I read, again, I listened to this on audiobook, so I don't have a cover of it, but it was The Dream Journal by Diane Chamberlain. I really enjoyed it. This was my book for book club. It was about a woman who is pregnant who ends up having to jump forward in time to have her baby, as she has a medical deformation and she will not be able to survive in the year that she is currently living. So she jumps ahead to 2001 and just all the experiences that happens throughout her life. It was so good. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's definitely one I would recommend. I did not realize I was going to enjoy it as much as I did, but it's definitely one that I would highly recommend. The next book that I read this year, I also don't have a picture of or a copy of, as I read it at the library when we first got it in. It is called The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang. It is a graphic novel about a prince who hires a dressmaker to work for him so that he can dress up as a beautiful woman, as he loves to do. And it was so wonderful. I read it in about an hour and really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It was so good and really, really cute. And I couldn't take out a copy of it from my library to show you the cover, as it is currently out, which I'm so happy about. So I can't show you that one. The next book I read, like I said, I'm on an inspirational kick lately, is The Productivity Project by Chris Bailey. It's all about productivity. I actually have a lot of tabs in the book right now, as very often in the book, and I will show you, he has different activities for you to do, and I just want to make copies of them so that I have those permanently, as this is a library book, so I do need to return it. But I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I felt that it was a huge inspiration. And I'm sorry that I keep looking down, but I'm looking at what I wrote about the books. But it was a huge inspiration, and one that really got me to become more productive and to realize that some of the changes that I was trying to make in my life were not the changes that I should be making. For example, one of the changes is I've been trying to work out daily. So I was trying to wake up early, and I'm a night owl. And it finally made me realize, no, you should just work out when you get home from work rather than trying to wake up early, because you're not gonna wake up early. That's not a thing you can do. Which it really did make me feel better about myself, and I really enjoyed it. So if you're looking for an inspirational read, this was a great one. The last book that I finished this year is one that definitely has had a lot of talk because of the Netflix show, is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. I didn't love it. In the beginning, I was inspired by it. I was inspired to do some cleaning, and then I continued, and it just didn't speak to me anymore. There were some things, and I know that this is her religion. It's more about the Shinto religion and how everything has its own spirit, but I didn't love it. I felt that it was more of a way to look at life if you have money to replace things, because she very frequently says, like, oh, get rid of it, and then if you need a new one, just buy a new one. And that's not how the world works all the time. You know, some people don't have a ton of money. You know, it didn't inspire me as much, but there was some good things about it. Unfortunately, I did only give it 2 out of 5 stars. It's definitely not one I plan on rereading. It's not one that I would recommend other people read. If you're inspired by it, great, but it wasn't for me. So that's what I read this year, and I'm hoping to do some more reading in the month of February. I will see you all soon, but until next time, bye.